What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you guys are having a solid weekend so far. I guess the weekend's going to be close to over at the time you guys are watching this. Unfortunately, this video is going to be going up on a Sunday. I'm doing my best to keep up the every other day uploads. If you don't know, that is the schedule, the pattern to this channel so far. Hopefully you enjoy it. I used to do daily uploads, believe it or not, back in like Modern Warfare and Cold War days, but unfortunately the days of grass touching are upon us and I don't have that kind of free time anymore. So hopefully you enjoy every other day. We are here on Shoot House. I think I'm using the Bison. It's called the Mini Back or something like that. This sub is actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure in this gameplay and throughout the rest of the time, I'm only gonna have like one attachment on this gun because for some reason Infinity Ward decided to have insanely strong drawbacks to using attachments. I posted a tweet the other day about Black Ops 2 and how you had to give off like a perk or a secondary or a lethal or tactical in order to get more attachment slots for your primary weapons. Like you had to trade off so much stuff, and in this game you get 5 for free and most people don't even run all 5 because of how big the trade-offs are. Nobody wants to have like no ADS speed or things like that, right? Nobody finds that fun, I guess. Like I get what you're trying to do with the whole trade-off thing. I get it. But at the same time, it's not super fun, you know, running around with a gun that does a lot of damage, but it takes an hour to pull up from your hip. So that's just the way I see it. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. And I am not a big fan of how that was handled. But anyway, today I want to talk about this skill-based audio thing that's happening in Modern Warfare 2. It's huge debate. I saw, I'm not going to mention any names, okay? I'm not going to mention any names because I think that overall the idea of this is pretty ridiculous. I know that Blame Truth made a video on it. He wasn't like the curator of like who started this whole phenomenon or whatever. Yeah, man, this is getting kind of out of hand. This not this specifically, but this general like mob mentality of like the game is out to get me. And I might get a lot of hate for this video, okay? I'm prepared for it. I can't get on board with this, okay? This is just so devious and so specific. A lot of people are going to be like, oh, how can you not think that from Activision, you know, with all the patents and skill-based matchmaking, all this stuff. Like, why would skill-based audio or footsteps not be as big of a thing or not be as realistic? And to that, I get your point, but at the same time, this is something that like 1,100,000,000% needs to be proven. Okay, this is just so anecdotal. If like, I don't know, I don't want to say exclusive Ace, but like if some like creators or like honestly, it needs to be more than Ace, honestly. Even if it was just Ace, I still don't know if I'd believe it. It needs to be like 5 of the biggest testers out there, plus like a few devs need to confirm this for me to believe this, okay? This is just so out of the realm of possibility for me personally. I'm not on board with this. I don't think this is very believable, okay? So I'm gonna read off the tweets, kind of trending on Reddit right now, but it obviously originated from Twitter. This person goes, there definitely is skill-based audio in Modern Warfare 2. I can barely hear footsteps on my main account, but when I play on an account with low stats, I could clearly hear footsteps and pinpoint where they're coming from. Now, the first argument against this, and I think a lot of people are gonna, you know, easily be able to tell this, obviously in a higher skilled footstep lobby, a higher skilled lobby, I guess, there's going to be more stuff going on, okay? People are going to be shooting their guns more, people are going to be moving around more, there's going to be VTOLs, there's going to be announcer calling in streaks or marking that there's streaks, right? There's going to be a lot more going on than in a low skill lobby where there's probably, you know, maybe 1 UAV called per match, right? You're not going to hear the announcer, you're not going to hear a VTOL in your ear every 5 seconds. And so for those reasons, a lot of people are just like, oh, because of the fact that there's no streaks, there's no clutter in the air, you're probably hearing the footsteps louder, you're probably hearing them clearer than in a game lobby where, you know, there's a lot less going on. I think that's a valid point, but I don't think that's, you know, a good enough counter argument, again, because something like that also kind of needs to be tested as well. You know, there's no, I don't know how you can test that, right? I guess you could track like what? I guess the only way you could do this would probably be to track like the next 20 games or something like that in a like specifically like reverse boosted like 20 games and just be like, you know, of these 20 games, this was the average footstep audio. I don't even know how you could do it. This is just like such a barbaric test in my opinion. I don't think this even needs to be tested, but at the same time, I can see why. You know, a lot of people don't like Activision these days. A lot of people think that Activision is extremely shady, and this probably would help with that. This would probably help with the case of you know, calling out that Activision is in fact shady. A lot of people say that it's not skill-based specifically, it's just broken in general. And I think that something that I personally can say, and this is, again, personal, this is anecdotal, you don't have to believe me, you probably won't, but I feel like whenever I see specific people, not specific people, but whenever I see like maybe a group of more than one person, my game literally stutters. It will literally run fine, you know, as I move across the map, but as soon as I turn a corner and see two people, my game will stutter and it won't give me the chance to kill both of them. This is a huge big brain conspiracy theory. I know it doesn't make any sense. I know, like, you know, it's extremely hard to program or whatever, but that's the way I feel. And it's happened more than a few times to the point now where I'm just like, this, I wouldn't be surprised if this happened. Now, granted, this is probably the same case as why other people are saying this whole audio thing is a huge debate. Maybe, you know, it happens to them a lot. Personally, I'm always, you know, in Discord, I'm playing a YouTube video, I'm doing something while playing the game. I'm not sweating that hard. I've said this in multiple videos in the past, but my days of sweating in Call of Duty, despite what you see on the gameplay on the screen right now, my days of sweating are over, okay? I'm not out here trying to be scump. I'm not out here trying to get a 50 KD, okay? I'm out here to get a gameplay and to get camos. That's basically it. Once I get my camos done, I'm gonna go for, like, obviously gameplays. You know, I'm not gonna not try, but I'm also not gonna, you know, pinpoint. I'm not gonna be in the aim labs for like 5 hours a day. You know, that's not my thing anymore. I'm not out here bunny hopping every single time. You know, drop shotting, sliding. I'm trying to do whatever it takes to win, you know, my gunfights and whatever, my gunnies, but I'm not gonna do the absolute most. And you can see I miss a lot of shots here and there, okay? I'm not a perfect player, I'm not a flawless Call of Duty player. But yeah, anyway, getting back to this whole skill-based audio footstep thing, this dude named True Game Data also made a video on it. Granted, I have not had time to watch this video yet. I will suggest that you guys watch it, but at the same time, I don't know if this is a thing. I think that it has to be enough of a thing to the where most of the community, or at least a good portion of the community, is intrigued enough to wonder if this is actually possible. And so for that reason, I think that there probably is something worth testing here. And if I'm Exclusive Ace, if I'm JGod, I'm probably going to get in and go in and look at this, because if enough people are clamoring about it this much, I think that, yeah, there probably is something going on here. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think that this is true, just in my anecdotal evidence and my personal experience. However, at the same time, I wouldn't be the most surprised if it was true. I'll put it that way. I don't want to sound super counterintuitive, super flip-floppy, but I don't think that this is true personally, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised, if that makes any sense at all, okay? I'm not trying to take one side over the other. If you had to force me to pick a side, you know, you put a gun to my head and you say, hey, do you think this is in the game right now? I'm going to say no. Okay, that's me. However, I don't experience footsteps that much because, like I said, I have other things going on in my ear right now, or when I'm listening to music, I'm you know, watching a YouTube video, or I'm talking to people on Discord. I'm not every day, you know, just playing by myself, playing Shoot House over and over again. And another thing, if it's Shoot House, if it's another map, you know, maybe there's just certain maps that, like, are quote unquote louder, you know, for instance, like, I don't want to say like louder, but, you know, maybe it's like that. I don't know. Anyway, man, that's basically it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. You know, I think that the channel's been doing really good so far. I know last video didn't do as hot as other videos, but I'm still thankful for it. And yeah, hopefully, you know, now that we're in December, we can finish the month pretty strong. I do want to hit 10K by the end of the year. I know it's going to be a stretch, but I really am aiming for that. Maybe I'll do videos more and more frequently. I don't know. It's kind of tough out here because there's not a whole lot of videos to be made right now. Just being honest, there's not a whole lot going on. But I did think that this skill-based audio thing was interesting enough to make a video on and kind of give my 2 cents on. So that's that, man. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I don't want to let the gameplay, you know, keep going without commentary, so I'll probably end it a little early. But I do go like 38 and 21 in this gameplay. A lot of my Shoot House gameplays I'm definitely improving. So yeah, man, there's that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. I think I said it already, but leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter. And go leave in the comment sections what you think about this whole debate. You know, do you think this is true? Do you think this is not true? Do you think people are just complaining for the sake of complaining? Do you think a lot of this stuff is made up? You know, I'm definitely curious to know your thoughts. And yeah, that's it for the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.